This is something that every single ham radio operator needs, whether you think you need it or not. So what is this? This is the ultimate all-in-one assorted Powerpole and Crimp tool kit from 12 Volt Power. This is freaking awesome. I wish I had this when I was on my camping trip at Dayton, because I sure could have used this. I gotta tell you about this. So first off, let me show you the inside, because everyone needs this. I get asked this every single time I show crimping power poles, but I don't have like a good tool to suggest you guys other than the Chinese stuff that's on Amazon. So let's take a look here. So we've got this ratcheting crimping tool, and then we have all of the Anderson Powerpole accessories that we need. All genuine Anderson power poles. None of this knockoff stuff. So let's take a look at this crimper here. This is the meat and potatoes of it. This is what you really want when you're getting into power poles. And especially if you just got into ham radio, believe you me, you're gonna be crimping some power poles. You're going to want a dedicated tool for Anderson power poles. So basically what this is a ratcheting crimp tool. You can hear it ratcheting, and it stays closed until you squeeze it all the way. There's little grooves right there. See, that's the ratchet, and then this little guy right here, that little tab, see how that comes up and it locks it in each position. So it makes crimping very, very easy. And then to unratchet it, you have to squeeze all the way, or maybe you get stuck or something falls out, whatever. You can push this guy forward to release the latch, and that comes all the way undone. So about the crimp itself, you've got labeled 15, 30, and 45 amp receivers there, if you want to call them that. So you're going to get a perfect crimp for whichever size Anderson you're using, okay? On the back here, you've got this little housing. Now inside that little housing, you can kind of see there's little holes in there, maybe. Maybe not. There's a good view. So the Anderson goes all the way in there, and when you crimp it down, you get the perfect crimp every single time, and then you squeeze the heck out of it, and it just crushes the crimp on the wire, and you get a fantastic crimp. Very nice, soft. It's like plastic, but it has, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just a nice feel, okay? It's not too hard, it's not too soft, it's just right. So that's about the crimping tool. Now, inside this case that is sealed, so let's crack that guy off. We're gonna get all the stuff we need. So we've got this like nice organized kind of fishing tackle box type thing. We're gonna get 20 red housings, 20 black housings, and then we're gonna get 10 of these permanently fused red and black housings, okay? Then we have 16 15 amp contacts, 38 30 amp contacts, and 16 45 amp contacts. Then we've got 5 each of these gray and these yellow retention clips. So what these do, say you've got 2 Andersons mated here, these guys go in this hole and they're gonna prevent them from coming out. So if you need something a little more permanently secure, you've got these guys, and they give you red and gray for, they say the yellows for like safety something, I don't know. Then you're gonna get, 5 of these dust covers, okay? So these aren't, this is standard. You're gonna have to cut off with like some flush cutters, whatever size wire it is. You just kind of trim these, feed your wire through, and then you put the Andersons in there. So you've got the nice dust cover like that. Give it a little nicer look there for you, right? Then you've got 10 of these adhesive cable ties. So you peel the back off of that and you stick that wherever for like nice wire management. And then down here, you've got extra little compartment things if you wanna, whatever, compartmentalize it a little bit more. They give you 10 of these zip ties here as well, so you can manage your cables. So that is freaking awesome. That's literally everything you would need for getting started in Anderson power poles. Now, before I show you how these work, I know there's a lot of you that are gushing over this bag, and I kind of just glossed over it because I was more interested in the crimping tool. But as I started looking at this bag, this is a decent frickin' bag. And you get all of this for a very, very reasonable price. I'll tell you after we take a look at the bag. So taking a look at the front, we've got a clear little pocket here that we'll utilize here in a moment. We've got 2 of these smaller little zipper pouches here, okay? So you can kit this out however the heck you want, right? We're gonna do that too, because this is going in my camper, 100%. So you've got another little pocket here for stuff, okay? You've got Molly on the sides, right? You've got Molly on the back. Taking a look at the main compartment, this is big. Like, this is way bigger than I thought. So I've already got a bunch of stuff I'm gonna put in here, I'm gonna show you. So we've got plenty of room for our power poles, our crimper, we got all kinds of stuff, right? And then inside the bag, we've got all of these little pockets here on that side. And then we've got more of these pockets here on this side, right? But wait, there's more. Because when I opened this pouch, it was like, holy crap. This bag is, and I'm not even a bag guy, but I know that a lot of you are, looking at you, Digital Rancher. So look at this pocket here, okay? More Molly here. You've got some little pockets here, tiny little guys here, maybe for a little flashlight or something, another pocket there. Then you've got more Molly down here, and then you've got this cool little button pouch thing for I don't even know what, but you got it. So this bag literally should be able to do and hold anything you want for your electrical stuff for Anderson Powerpole. So for me, this is coming on the road with me. This is gonna live in the lockbox for my camper. But perfect for the shack too. You just keep everything you need for Anderson Powerpoles in this bag and you're good to go. So now let me show you how to use this tool, and just to clarify, these are actual genuine Andersons. You can see the word Anderson on the left and the word power on the top of the housings. That tells you these are genuine Andersons. Now let's talk about the actual contacts really quick, because they rate them in amps. They're really more for wire size. So this is the 15 amp size right here. And these are designed for 16, 18, and 20 gauge. And you can see how small the hole is there, okay? Compared to the 30 amp, which is designed for 14 and 12 gauge wires. And then you have the 45 amp here. Notice how this is open. This is designed for 10 and 12 gauge wires, okay? So really more a gauge size than a current size. Your wire is really gonna dictate the current, but that hopefully will explain the 3 different sizes of the Anderson connectors. So for this demonstration, I've just got 2 lengths of 14 gauge pure copper wire, and I'm gonna be using the 30 amp contact here, okay? So what we wanna do is we wanna strip enough wire to actually go inside that length of the contact or connector, whatever you wanna call this. About 3/8 of an inch, okay? So that's how much I've stripped off. You don't have to be perfect, but you definitely wanna get enough to go in there. And having these Irwin vice grips with this little thing here that moves back and forth, you can kind of get consistent results every time. So when you're stripping a bunch of wire, you can get the same length of a strip there, okay? So you can go ahead and give your wire a little twist if you want. Helps for insertion. So now we're gonna take the wire and insert it into the power pole. Now you can do this one of 2 ways. Sometimes I like to put the actual connector on the wire first, and because this is a 30 amp power pole, we're gonna put it in the 30 amp slot here, which is in the middle. So we can kind of guide it in, and you can see how it's going all the way in the hole of this back tool here. So it's inserted all the way. Conversely, some people will like to take the connector and put it in the hole first. Sometimes it's easier that way. And then you can insert the wire thusly till it bottoms out. And then we're just gonna squeeze this all the way down until it releases. And now we have a perfect crimp okay? That's not going anywhere. So let me show you that again. Go ahead and give this a little twist. We'll grab our connector, put it over the wire. Make sure all of the wire goes inside the hole. You don't want any stragglers outside of the crimp. Go ahead and insert it in the tool. Squeeze down all the way. And now you have, again, that perfect crimp. The next step, we need to feed this into the Anderson housing. And if you'll notice, on the connector, there's a letter A right there, okay? Red right, A up. That's how we want to orient these. Now, if you'll notice on the connector here, it's got this little kind of hand right there that's going to grab onto. There's a little metal dingus you can see right there in the Anderson. So this is going to slide over that metal, and it's going to go past it, and then it's going to grab onto it like that. So they're not going to want to come out. So depending on the stiffness of your wire, sometimes you can just slide these in. So we want to slide this in so it's oriented with the hook kind of facing up, so it'll grab that. Basically the little hand thing is pointing up towards the A, and we want to insert that into the housing, and you can push and you'll hear a click when it's done. Hear that? Okay. So now you can see that is grabbing a hold of that little metal piece, and try as you might, that's not coming out, okay? So let's put on our black one. Now sometimes if these don't want to go in properly, sometimes you need to force them. So I'll just show you. I take a tiny little flathead screwdriver and I'll lay the housing on something hard, and you can kind of just coax it in by pushing it down. And sometimes they just get a little fussy, but you can see that guy's in there. Now, orientation, we said red, right, A up. Okay, red's on the right, the A is up, the A is up on that. You've got kind of a little tongue and groove system going on here. So these just slide in together just like that, and now you have the perfect Anderson Powerpole connector. Now let me show you another tip here real quick. Say you want to take these out. Well, because you've got that little claw grabbing hold of it, they don't want to come out. But if you just take a tiny little flathead screwdriver, you can kind of stick it between the contact and the outer plastic there, pry it in and kind of pull up, and you can push it out just like that. Now, that does tend to bend this guy a little bit, so I like to take the screwdriver and kind of place it on the base and just push down a little bit to kind of straighten it out again. So let me show you that again. Very, very easy. Just pry it in there, pull out, and push the contact out, and then we can just go ahead and straighten that up. You don't always have to do it. Sometimes they come out easier than others, okay? But that's a trick for getting the power poles out. Now, let's say we want to use one of these little dust covers. Well, we want to put this on before we put the connectors in the housing. So we're simply going to take some cutters, and we're just going to cut the top or bottom, depending on how you want to look at this. Maybe I'm using the wrong tool, but we're going to do this anyway. We're going to use some scissors. Some of these are easier than others. That's a little bit too big of a hole. But we can go ahead and feed our wire through here, okay? It's actually not too bad. A little bit big, whatever. Okay, that doesn't really matter. And then we can go ahead and insert the wire thusly. There we are. We heard the click, and we can slide this dust cover over. So gives, if you don't cut it too big, you get a little bit of strain relief, but just gives a bit of protection and a little bit more comfort to the actual outer housing there. So you got 5 of those as well, 5 or 6, I can't remember. And never throw these out. Sometimes you need to cut wires, whatever. These are done. These are just for demo. I'm never going to use these. These are going in the garbage. But take the wire out of these, because these can always be reused. We can undo these just like that. Put them back in. You never have to waste these. These are reusable, okay? Close it up. Life is good. So now let's load this up with all of the goodies that are going to live in here. We've got our 155 piece little assorted box there. We've got the crimping tool. I'm going to put these Irwin vice grips in here. I actually bought another pair of these Irwin vice grips and another pair of these Hakko CHP 170 cutters, These are going to live in there. This is the 10 gauge wire that I use to wire my camper. The extra, might as well keep that in there. I got a flashlight. This is the Woobin X4. This guy is gonna go in one of these little pockets right here. And that little red cap is for like night light if you don't wanna screw up your vision. That makes the light red. That's pretty sweet. Gonna throw in this cheap multi-tool. I'm probably gonna end up replacing this with the one from Harbor Freight. I have one in my 7300 bag, but this is just one I had lying around. Multi-tools are always nice, so we'll throw that in there. And I think for now, that's everything that's gonna live in that pocket. In these two small outer pockets, I've got some plastic bags. I put a bunch of different fuses from 5 amps to 30 amps. Those are going to live right here. Various sizes of ring terminals that I've used in the camper. Those are gonna live in this guy because that Irwin vice grip has a crimping tool on it for those types of connectors. These zipper mesh bags I have in every single bag that I own. And these are just tiny little, you get like 5 of these on Amazon for like 10 bucks. And I just put, I'll probably never need these, but some different Wago connectors, some of these little S-beaners, and I've got BNC to PL259 and SO239 to BNC male adapters in there. You seemingly can never have enough of those. So we'll zip those up. Those are going to live here for now. In this back pouch, I think we'll go ahead and utilize this for something. I 3D printed this little razor blade thing. This is really cool. And I threw my call sign on there, so that'll probably just live somewhere in there. And I also have, I bought, this is from Tufton. This is a USB-C PD to Anderson. So if you need a USB in a pinch, you throw that in your 12 volt Andersons, and then you get some USB-C PD out. So that'll live there. Got to throw in an Olight iMini 2. These are really cool keychain flashlights, just a magnetic base. It's about the size of a 45 ACP. And it's got a USB there. You plug it into USB and it charges. So on a little S-beaner there, we'll just hook that to this guy, maybe. There, okay. So we got 2 flashlights in there. Can never have enough flashlights. And then of course, you're not a real ham unless you put your call sign on things. So I 3D printed this. I just made this in bamboo slicer. It's 87 millimeters by 51 millimeters by 0.8 millimeters thick. Threw my call sign in there, and that guy is gonna go right there. So everybody knows this is my 12 volt power. Super awesome Anderson Powerpole kit. You close it up, you got the little zipper on the handle or Velcro on the handle there, and that is my new 12 volt kit for the camper, and I love it. Thank you so much, 12 volt power, for supplying this to us. Guys, if you want to pick one of these up, it's only $99.99 for all of that stuff. That is an incredibly good price. Just this bag alone makes it worth it, but the crimping tool, all the Powerpole kits, do the math. That's a heck of a price. So link is in the description. My name is Mike K at MRD. Thanks for watching Ham Radio Tube 73.